morning, good morning. Happy Monday. Today's Monday. Pretty sure today's Monday. I got tricked the other day. What day was it? Vacations mess you up. Vacations mess you up. Because after Thanksgiving, giving thanks for the great things the colonizers gave us, stole from the rest of the world in this caravan. I forgot what day it was. I did a Friday video on Saturday. Nobody told me either. It was pretty, I thought it was funny later. Although I was discombobulated afterwards. Because my son told me, he's like, Daddy, it's not Saturday. No, he's like, it's not Friday. It's not Friday. Today's Friday. I did a video this morning. It's Friday, man. What you talking about? He said, Dad, today is Saturday. It's like, no, it's not. Actually, he doesn't sound like that. He's got a deep voice. The boy's growing up. He's like, Dad, today is Saturday. You get your head together. But you know what? After it took me a little while to kind of get my act together, because I discombobulated. After I realized that it actually was Saturday and all the stuff I was supposed to do on Friday I didn't do, I was good to go. It took me a little while to get it together, but I was thinking about it. You know, when you forget what day of the week it is, oh man, that's a good thing. You don't know what day it is, when you don't know what time it is, when you don't know where you're supposed to be, maybe when you don't care, when you're free, when you got the freedom. You don't have to work to the GDP clock. Because that's all it is to me. It's the GDP clock. Because the forced labor is supposed to be somewhere. You're supposed to be doing something, not growing tomatoes, not taking care of your neighbors, not feeding the sick and hungry. You're supposed to be fearful of being sick and hungry, trying to collect as much as you can collect. I think it's a good thing when you forget what day of the week it is, what time it is. Like I said, to me, I think I posted it this morning. When the GDP goes down, that's how you know your government's working. That's how you know the kings are doing their job. When the GDP goes up, that's how you know they're not there for you. They are not there for you at all, at all. That's just a bad statistic. I don't know why people are like, yeah, our government's working for us. No, it's not. That's not your GDP. That's the king's coffers, all right? That's all that is, and that's anymore. That's just corporations and stuff. When the king's GDP is down, that means people are working less hard to survive. That's what you want. That's a desired condition. You want people to work less hard to survive, not more hard. You want them to forget it's Friday. Post a Friday video like it's Saturday. It's like, where everybody at? Y'all ain't go to work today? It's like, where the people at? And they started watching it later. And I guess I went most of the day. I didn't realize it. I thought it was Friday the whole damn day. But you know what? It's just a good example to me. Good example. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Happy Monday. No, it's not Happy Monday. It's not. We're still locked in. We're still locked in. We are not free. So no, it's not a happy Monday. But it's a joyous Monday. It's a good time. We live in a good time, people. Actually, I take it back. It's a happy Monday. It's a happy Monday. I think things are changing. I think people are waking up. I think we're moving forward. I am not sad at all. The governments are still lying to us and people still act like they don't. Like, I think the whole purpose of a political party anymore, I don't know why they invented them. I don't know why they made them. But I think the whole purpose of a political party right now is just to get people to trust their government. That's all it is. Trust part of it, right? It's like it serves as a means of breaking an adult to get them to do something they wouldn't normally do. Trust. Part of their kings, part of their lords, to remove any suspicion, right? Because only your people are corrupt. Our people aren't corrupt. And corruption, there's no way. They saw that coming a mile away. They saw that coming 100,000 miles away. When they realized that they could get you to remove suspicion for the other side, like I posted this thing by Rand Paul this weekend, boy, I got it. They let me have it. Rand Paul, he stonewalled money going to Israel, right? He stonewalled it. And of course, like I said, I don't take any sides on any of it. I just think I want people to stop fighting. That's it. I'm the kid at the daycare that just wants to put my hand in your face and put my hand in your face and say, stop fighting. That's who I am, right? And if one side has $38 billion every year from a country called the United States that's starving its own population, that's a bad idea. That means one side's gonna have a lot more power than the other. That's not a fair and equal negotiator. So I said Rand Paul did this. And of course they came after me. They was like, oh, hell no. Rand Paul did it. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. I'm not gonna vote for it. I'm not gonna share it. I'm not gonna like it. I'm not gonna subscribe to it. I'm not gonna make it go viral. It's not important because it's not gonna happen. And I'm just like, man, what's wrong with people? Like, so if you're not in America, this is what happens. You say somebody says something, and if they're on the other ignorant side of the ignorant side he's on, then they get ignorant. And that's exactly what, well, I'm not saying they got ignorant, but human life is human life. It doesn't matter who's coming to save you. If you're doing something good, you're supposed to cheer the thing that's good. You're not supposed to check their political party first or look at their past and make a determination if you think they're going to do it. If they step up and say, you know what, we're going to do this, and it's a good thing, it's going to save human life, you're supposed to shut the hell up. Love you. But shut the hell up and share it. That's what you do. That's what poor people in Gaza and West Bank need you to do. That's what people in Israel who don't want war, who want peace. That's what they need you to do, who aren't in control of their government. Same way you're not. Same way you're not, because America, y'all don't own your government. That's why, you know what? The other thing I was looking at the yellow jacket protests too. They don't say nothing about that in America. You can barely find that anywhere. Why? Because they don't want Americans realizing that they're a lot deeper in than France is. France got their big banker president, prime minister now, rolling out the banker's orders. And they want Americans to say gaslit and happy. But the bankers running their country for, damn, was it 1933, 1913, whatever it was, they took over. They need Americans to be happy. So they don't talk about the yellow jacket protests, which are blowing up. It's awesome, I think. So if you're not aware, this is all over France, right? It's not just Paris, where they're standing up because they're taxing, what is the carbon tax, gas tax, price of fuel is going up. And while, you know, my perspective always is I don't believe in fuel. I don't believe in driving vehicles with little circular wheels and explosions underneath where we sit, the engine compartments. I don't believe we should still be doing that. I think it's stupid, you know, but why? I think for the same reason they don't show the yellow jacket protests in the United States, for the most part, is the same reason Julian Assange is in prison. He's in prison. He's not in an embassy. He's in prison. Because they don't want people knowing the truth. They can't have adults finding out the truth. If Americans find out the truth that they don't actually run anything in their government anywhere because they joined a political party, they're only suspicious of a little part of the government that's not in their party. So when their portion is in government, the bankers who bought all of them can roll out anything they want and it'll get blessed. They don't want people knowing the truth. Assange, he came forward and just said, you know what? What the whole purpose of WikiLeaks is just a statement of, you know what, adults, you can actually know it's true. You can actually make your own decisions now. You don't have to believe the kings and lords. We're going to publish the real information so you can actually form your own opinions and stop having your opinions form you. You can choose if you want peanut butter and jelly and ham and cheese on your sandwich. You're an adult now. Pull your big drawers up. For the same exact reason, if they control your information, they control you. That's how it works. It doesn't matter if they publish part of the truth. Doesn't matter. Part of the truth is a lie, you know, and that's what WikiLeaks does. I mean, which is part of why we are in a bit of a whistleblower apocalypse, which is really important. Adults need to look at the information and make up their own minds. That's where I'm coming from. So what else is there? A lot of other things in the news. Let me say good morning to people. I don't know what we're going to talk about today. I have no idea. I just clicked the button and I'm just like, the kings are still lying to you. The lords, they didn't stop lying because you like them now. No, that's not what. They didn't stop lying. They've been lying to us for thousands of years and they're still lying to us. I also got in trouble this weekend. So let me be clear. I want to be clear with everybody. I believe in Jesus Christ. I keep saying that. I believe in all the rest of them too. I believe in scripture. I just don't think that certain scriptures make up a religion. I think they took all the scriptures from all these ancient people from the past and they picked and choose the scriptures and they put them in books and they form their own little grouping religions because they can control people in that way. I believe all of it's real. I told him, I said, the reason we say amen, nobody say your prayers. They say amen at the end of the prayer. You know why we say that, don't you? Yeah, because that's what Jesus told her. That's what God told her. Okay, all right, sure. Is that your answer? That's your only answer? You know why amen is there, right? You ever heard of the Egyptians? You ever heard somebody named Amun-Ra? That's why you say amen at the end. Because his name was Amun-Ra. You were saying amen to an Egyptian god or Egyptian king at the end of your prayer. Yeah, I know. I know it sucks. It's the truth. The truth, it sucks. Truth is stranger than fiction. You know, and what, the first big group to come out and say there was only one God, that came out of what was that? Marduk and the Anunnaki and the Sumerian clay tablets and all the scriptures. In fact, Ty did a good video. Ty and Emrys did a good video this weekend talking about scripture. All scripture is important. All of it. Not your portions. All of it. Not your portions. All of it. All scripture is important. Why? Because it was ancient people who wrote down stuff, say, look, hey. So I don't get to aliens. I don't do aliens. But they're like, look, hey, something came out of there. Y'all need, and they wrote it down. And later, someone came and they collected all the scriptures to try to control you. Kings and lords. That's what they always do. That's what they always do. It doesn't mean your religion is wrong. It just means you're only given part of the story, which is the same reason Julian Assange is in the embassy, because he wanted you to know the whole story. You know, but the problem is we fail. We fail when we start to find out things are true. Like when Assange really stepped up and WikiLeaks and showed us that adults can now make their own decisions. When was that? 2010, something around there? That adults can now make their own decisions. After millions of years on this planet, adults finally get to know the truth and can make their own decisions. There shouldn't have been there should have been a document explosion. You should have seen all types of classified documents flying out of everywhere. You should have seen more whistleblowers coming forward, not just the NASA ones, but you should see whistleblowers from everywhere. Adults now get to make their own decisions. I was looking at the Assange case. That's why he's kind of on my mind a little bit. You know, so they're saying that he's prosecutable. Because you know how we like to say, well, he didn't do anything wrong. And he didn't do anything wrong. Did he break a law? Debatable. But because of the release of that mistake on the legal form to show that they actually have an indictment ready to go, it's all based on the Espionage Act, right? The Espionage Act says it controls the release of classified information. And so I like to look at these things because we have to get ahead of them, especially if we're going to protect a brother. We got to know what's true. Now, mind you, these laws are never constitutional. They completely, totally ignore the Bill of Rights. You know, but my perspective is this. I don't think that, first of all, your Bill of Rights says that you have a First Amendment. You have a right to free speech. It doesn't say you have a right to free speech when it doesn't come from government or when the government doesn't say it's classified. This whole classification thing, if they want secret documents, I don't think you can stop that. The federal government can have all the secret documents they want. But the minute you know about it, the minute it's in your hands, you have a First Amendment right to free speech to say any damn thing you want to at any time you want to. It doesn't mean that they won't send dragoons to your door and throw you deep in prison, shoot you, murder you, kill your kids. Doesn't mean they won't do that. But you have a right to say what's free. And if an American grabbed the documents and sent them to Julian Assange, that was free speech. And Julian Assange isn't covered under that, obviously, because I don't think he's American. Isn't he like a UK citizen or something? But the fact that or Sweden, I don't know what he is. But if an American released that information, that was free speech. That has nothing to do. So I don't believe in the kings and the lords. I think they lie to us all the time. We got to stand up for free speech. Speech is important. Speech is the only reason we're not falling into any sort of mass collapse of civilization. Free speech protects us in every way at all times. So Julian Assange is very important. He is not a traitor at all. Julian Assange is a hero to humanity. Is he Aussian? Thank you, Lord. Why is Edward Snowden in prison? No, he's not in prison. They didn't get him. He's in Russia. He's in Russia. Why? Because Americans don't have a government. That's why. They don't have a government. And he knows that. He had to get the hell out of Dodge. He used his First Amendment right to give up some free speech, and they're going to throw him in prison. This is why I don't care about Kavanaugh. I don't care about Kavanaugh. I don't care. I don't. Because the whole Supreme Court are treasonous. The entire Supreme Court. Every last one of them. So one more criminal joining them means absolutely nothing. This is why I really try to push people down this road. It doesn't matter who's president. It doesn't matter who's in Congress. It doesn't matter who's in the Senate. It doesn't matter who's on the Supreme Court. You don't have a government. And they lie to us all the time. All the time. They always give us part truths. They never tell us everything that's true. All right. Let me look at, you know what did I want to do? There's a couple of things I did want to talk about, but I also want to follow along on the comments. So I'm going to change my background. We got to know the truth about everything. Got to know the truth about everything. Got to know the truth. You always got to speak the truth too. Hold on. I want to change my background. Booyah! That's a picture from the moon. That's a picture from the moon. Yeah, that's not a satellite. They don't want you to, I guess you can't see that, bro. That's not a satellite. That's not a picture from the moon, and that's not a satellite on the moon. That's not a picture from that is an Apollo picture from the moon. And hell yeah, that's a satellite dish on the moon. Why? I think they always lied to us. Honestly, I don't think that the Apollo missions were what they told us they were. You know, I'm not on the flat earth. They're lying, the earth is flat. I'm not one of those. I know they're lying. I know they're lying. They're withholding information because that's what the kings always do. I mean, what we found out this weekend? I found out. Y'all know we're not even Milky Wayans. Did y'all know that? We're not from the Milky Way. Anybody scared of the caravans here? Anybody scared of the caravan coming? The caravan invasion is coming. Anybody scared of that? Guess what? We're not even from the Milky Way galaxy. We're not. We are not Milky Wayans. Our solar system, it did not start here. Our solar system is came here with a caravan of other planets and solar systems. Where did we come from? Sagittarian dwarf galaxy. Imagine that. We came from the Sagittarian dwarf galaxy in a caravan of other planets and solar systems. And the good thing is the Milky Wayans, they didn't have a border to stop us. We got here, they shared the light with us. They let us breathe in the air. They didn't blow us up and shoot us at their border. They let us merge. And the Milky Way is about to merge with something else. But it was interesting. I was looking at this weekend, like if you really look at how galaxies move in the solar system and how everything's always exchanging gases and all kind of light and plasma and everything's exchanging, flying between each other. There ain't no damn way we are by ourselves. There's no way we are by ourselves anywhere in this world. I'm not talking about aliens, but there's no way we're by ourselves. And there's no way your kings and lords will ever tell you everything that's true. They never will. They're only going to give you partial information. So is that an alien satellite dish? I don't believe aliens make satellite dishes. That's not how my intellect is set up. My intellect is set up where the kings always lied to you. That, to me, that's something that we've been doing. We know we're always, 30 years, 40 years ahead of what technology's in the public domain. I think they're just always ahead of us. And they always lie about it. I think they were up there doing stuff. They were playing Tinker Toys and building satellite dishes and bases and stuff. Meanwhile, my good friend Donna Hare explained to y'all in her whistleblower video that yes, there are structures all over the moon. Somebody's up there. I think it was everything personally. I don't want to talk about that today. I just want to talk about the kings are always lying. And they get away with it. They get away with it all. They get away with it. And it's so easy for them. It's so easy for them because they play us and we're gullible. We believe them. They have to disclose at some point. Well, Aaron, I don't think they do. I don't think they do. I think what they do is they let information trickle out. Like I try to think about how things always go. right? Like we got to the new world, right? Like my example is the new world. We got to the new world, found out it wasn't new. Wasn't nothing new about it. People here, they live here. They're called Native Americans, been here a long time. So we got to the new world. But that's not when we got to the new world. We were already here. We were already here. I'm the blanket ships here. My friends are blanket ships. I love the blanket ships. Like I said, I'm falling behind in my cursor from Oak Island. But what are they finding? They're finding Templar jewels all over Oak Island now, apparently. Made in the 1400s, they found one the other night. So we always are told after the fact. Christopher Columbus didn't discover anything. Christopher Columbus got a map and he knew exactly where he was going because they were here a long time ago. That's my point, Aaron, is I think they let us find these things out in time slowly. They just don't tell us because it's big money for the kings and the lords to go ahead of us and explore and figure out everything they can to control us. And that always keeps them much further ahead in technology and minerals and power and gold and everything. So when I listen to all these NASA whistleblowers coming forward, the CIA whistleblowers, the FBI whistleblowers, all these whistleblowers coming out, not just talking about space and some aliens, but about every damn thing. They're all saying the same thing. Assange is saying the same thing. Snowden is saying the same thing. All they're trying to say is, you're an adult, your kings will always lie to you. That's all they're saying. Now the details might be different, man. As an adult, you're supposed to swallow that and say, you know what? I get that now. I get it. I won't join a political party and be okay with half the lies. I won't join a political party and only have suspicion for 25% of the government or 50% of the government, right? And that's why Congress right now, which is why I say I still hate Congress, because Congress ain't doing nothing. They're not gonna do anything. They could attack Trump on a whole bunch of stuff. They could attack him on Yemen. They could attack him on funding Israel. And it's not really him. I don't want to say that. He's accountable because now the Trump administration is in office and they're supposed to be taking down the things the Democrats put in. So they could attack him on, child protective services, putting kids in cages. They could attack him on starving kids in Yemen. They could attack him in funneling weapons around the world. They could attack him in just lying about JFK. They could attack 9/11 files still haven't been released. They could attack on all those things, but they don't. Why don't the Democrats attack Donald Trump? Why doesn't Congress attack Donald Trump on any of that? Why don't they attack him on endless war? Why don't they attack him on starving kids in trailer parks and burials and ghettos? Why don't they go after him and actually do something that actually helps anything ever? Because they work for the same corporations and banks. For the same reason you don't see yellow jacket protests in the United States, because they don't want people to figure out they're all on the same team. And it's not your team. You ain't on that team. And they ain't even on the big team. They're employees for the big team. They're not even in the big club. But we still believe the kings and the lords. And the thing that I can't figure out, why the hell do we still believe the kings and the lords? Why do grown folks believe the kings and the lords? They lie about everything. Y'all see that right there? That's a UFO. That's a UFO. Apollo, what was that? Apollo 11 or 16? I forgot which one. It's a UFO. No, it's not. Actually, it's not. It looked like one. It looked like one. It's not. I also think that they release information to kind of like double blind us. Like, if you remember this picture, they released it, the UFO community, this is a UFO, and come to find out it's not. Hold on, I'll show it to you. But the funny thing is, they could have told us that day one. They didn't tell us that day one. Why? Because it built up this whole UFO conspiracy, blah, 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 blah. That actually is a piece of equipment. I don't know if I can, maybe I can show it to you. You go out to NASA's website, they'll show you. But this is how they control, what do they call it? Gatekeeping, right? They call it gatekeeping. Aaron, this is maybe what I think you're talking about, is gatekeeping. They only show us some of the information. If they control what gets released, then we won't believe the whole thing. You go out to NASA's website, and I don't know if I can show this to you. Yeah, that's it right there. And it looks like a UFO, but it's not. And so they build up this whole conspiracy theory. Oh, they're lying. There are UFOs everywhere. They're lying. Meanwhile, my intellect tells me that the aliens don't really care much about us, but that's okay. And you go down and you look at it, and they'll show you the piece of equipment. Let me see if I can show it to you. I gotta play with this a little bit to get it to look right. There we go. Ah, nope, that didn't do it. Hold on. No, I got another way to do it. I'll just go like this. And hold on. It's a piece of equipment. And so my point is, They control people by giving you parts of information. They'll give you the conspiracy, they'll get you riled up, and then they'll actually make you look like a fool later. All right, like that and like this. It is right there. So there's a piece of equipment right there. That's what it is. But they've already, so then they'll come to you and you guys get lost. You're like, oh, they debunked it. They debunked it. It's just a piece of equipment. They debunked it. No, they didn't. They actually fed you information. They got you excited. They got people on this side trusting the king and people on that side not trusting the king. And they released information later to get you to trust the king. See, NASA's not lying. They're not lying. But why would they wait 30 years to tell you that? Because it's a game. It's a big game. It's a big club and you're not in it. That's why I don't get excited about none of this stuff. I don't get excited about nothing. I look at it and I'm just like, you know what? The kings always lie. Well, this whistleblower, the kings always lie. Well, Edward Snowden, I don't like him because the kings always lie. Well, I don't like Assange because he hurt the Democratic Party. The kings always lie, and the Democratic Party is the Republican Party. Same thing. Well, why are you worried about France? We need to worry about America. No, because France has the same damn problem. They're on fossil fuels like we are. We don't even know if they're damn fossils. Right? Like, if I were an oil baron, you know what I would do? If I were an oil baron, I would do what they do. If you were gullible, I know that I can make more money if I have a niche. I know I have a niche if nobody else is making what I make. So if I'm drilling oil, I'm gonna buy a government to go blow up anybody else who wants to drill more than I'm drilling. Right? If I'm Saudi Arabia and I'm drilling all this oil, and I don't know, let's say Iran, let's make up some names. Venezuela, let's make up some names. Congo, let's make up some names. If they started drilling oil and I could buy a military like the United States military, which was outsourced to big corporations, I would buy that military to go destroy that country. Hell no, because I want a niche. I want gas prices to stay high. I want to push them as high as I want to. It's called artificial scarcity. If I can keep my product niche, if I can keep the prices going up, I can make a lot more money. There's no conspiracy in that. It's just business. It's money. Artificial scarcity. Right? This is why I say, you know your government's working for you when your GDP goes down. When your GDP goes up, when it costs more to survive, when the prices of everything goes up, when price of bread goes up and gas goes up and cars go up and houses go, that's not expansion in technology. That's you being played by artificial scarcity. They're keeping it scarce. So any nation that comes forward that can produce more oil, because over time that's supposed to happen and it reduces prices, this is why capitalism isn't bad, right? Not in that way, not in that way. And by the way, there's no capitalism in America. If you think so, it's not. No, it's not. None of it. Nowhere. Nen. Is that German? Nen. It's just how it works. The prices should always go down. So if your GDP is going up, what does it mean? It means your labor force is working harder to survive. If all the prices are going up, it means you're being played through artificial scarcity and probably someone bought your government. That's why I don't deny anything. I don't deny anything. I look at what everybody said. I say, you know what? Hey, maybe that is a UFO. I know it's a piece of equipment, but maybe that is a UFO. They're lying. Why? I know aliens are out there. I know they are. There's too many damn planets and solar systems and universes. Hey, it's impossible. It's mathematically impossible. But are they interested in us? That's my only debate. That's the only thing I debate in my head, but it's useless. I need the people who believe in the UFOs to say the same thing Assange is saying, the same thing that Edward Snowden's saying, the same thing that adults were saying before these political parties made everybody ignorant. Never trust your kings. Never trust your lords. And they won't do that if you want to fight with them. The earth isn't flat. Shut up. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. But shut up. It's not important. It's not important. It's not important that you fight with flat earthers. It's important that the governments don't have any more secrets. The kings and lords can't have secrets. It's not their right. They were never given the right to have classified and top secret information. They have the same plight as you, dummy. Stop fighting with them. Believe in the blue aliens and the green ones and the reptilians and all that. Believe in all of it. Well, if you don't believe in it, just let it go. Don't fight them over religion. Let that, I almost got it. I got it. I almost got it. Let that stuff go. It almost slipped out. Let it go. You have the same plight. It doesn't matter. Assange says the same thing. We have to be adults. A lot of the oil industry is based on oil they haven't even extracted yet. Exactly, Susan. They plan these things ahead of time. right? It's all just money. It's not conspiracy. It's just a business plan, right? And meanwhile, so it's funny, they plan ahead of time, choosing like the decades ahead of time, maybe centuries, keeping everybody on oil. And meanwhile, the same people like, we need a carbon tax to fight climate change. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life. They want a carbon tax to fight climate change. I'm saying, like, are you kidding me? Say this to me slow so I can take it all in. The kings and the lords, the ones who get paid by the oil companies, want to give you a king tax, and it's going to help fight climate change. Oh, we are so gullible. We are so naive. We are so naive. It's just kings, coffers, and money. That's what it always is. That's why they always lie about the new world, and they keep everybody divided. That's why I'm big on getting people together. You gotta get people together. You gotta stop fighting. You all got the same enemy. And it's not if the earth is flat and turtles are eating ships that fall off the side of it. It's not if UFOs are real, even though all the damn airline pilots come out and tell you some damn UFOs flying around. They might be American, they might not be. That's not the point, right? There's always nobody on the other side of the ocean. It can't be nobody living over there because it's a big ocean. Of course nobody lives over there. It's just Europe exists. Nobody else exists. They always get us stupid and fighting with people we shouldn't. Yeah, Amy, you know what, Amy, I think, thank you for saying it's wisdom. I don't think it's wisdom. I think our ancestors just handed down to us, don't trust these motherfuckers. I think that's what they said. Every ancestor from every religion, from every continent, from every people, from every tribe, they all said, don't trust these motherfuckers. That's what they said. And then what we do, start trusting the motherfuckers. And join the political party. Good morning. I'm sorry, I didn't look at you. I'm looking at some comments on both sides of it. I know people come in late, they'll be like, is he talking UFOs? Because they see the piece of NASA equipment right there. No, I'm not talking UFOs. We're talking about everybody has the same plight. You're an adult and you're not allowed to know what's true. We all want to get out the crib and know the truth so we can make our own decisions if we want to play with Lincoln Logs or pixie sticks. That's my choice. Or barrel of monkeys. I want to play, but we keep acting like a barrel of monkeys so we don't actually get, I know, I just went all daycare on everybody. My childhood comes back to me. That might be an indicator or something. Get one of my psychologist friends, figure out what the hell's going on. Anyway, good morning, YouTube. I was looking at Facebook comments. Let me hop on over. I was thinking the CIA started this alien PSYOP, Area 51 for predictive programming for a future holographic alien invasion. Another reason for chemtrail polymers. Age of Credilla, I totally agree with you. Totally agree with you. Absolutely agree with you. Not because you said it, because you listened to the whistleblowers who said it, that they were planning an alien invasion. They plan all of this crap, and they'll get away with it because people trust their government. People trust their lords. They'll get away, and that's exactly, it doesn't mean that aliens aren't real. It doesn't mean that UFOs ain't flying everywhere. It just means I ask myself the question, if you were aliens, would you let the monkey see you? Why would you let the monkey see you? Only if you were trying to give them a religion. Maybe when you want to help them, you let them see, but short of that, you won't let them see you. They got cloaking devices. Somebody posted that picture, the square, I think I posted a little while ago. Of course they're out there. They're just not really that interested in us. They got other things to do. I think if you can fly from solar system to solar system and galaxy to galaxy, you might have bigger things on your plate than some dumb monkeys on the planet fighting over black oil. Killing each other and agreeing to kill each other and starve 14 million children for black oil. Ignoring the protests, the yellow jacket protests in France. I think they got other things to do. I don't think we're that entertaining. If there's that many damn Earth planets out there, I don't think we're that entertaining. They can go to any Earth and see some dumb monkeys and see, they can go see the dumb kangaroos. They can go to the next one, go see the dumb bugs. They can go see dummies anywhere. Why would they come here? So I agree with that, only because I look at it, Age of Credilla, I look at it from a historical perspective, right? The kings always lie about what's the next continent over or the next planet over. And they use that information to control us to gain more power and wealth. It's always just about money and power. That's it. Not about aliens and flat earth and Loch Ness and Bigfoot, none of that. It's not about if war is always a racket, if war is always lied to, if Julian Assange came out and showed you the murdery way your government behaves and whether or not you want to actually be mad at your government or Julian Assange. It's just about knowing the truth, whether or not you think you're an adult. Do you? Do you think you should be allowed to know the truth? Well, you know what? I try to put myself in everybody else's shoes. I wouldn't want to know if I still thought my political party was here to bring democracy and freedom to the world. I wouldn't, because I wouldn't be suspicious of my political party. My corrupt, dirty, war criminal bastards would be okay. But yours, I'd come after every time. That's why I can't understand why when somebody says something positive, you got to be anti. I don't understand. Like right now, when Rand Paul steps up and says, we need to stop funding Israel, this is when you shut the heck up. You have a little love in your heart anywhere. You warm that cold ice blood you got for the other side and say, you know what? This makes sense. We need to do this. I need to unite with the other side. We need to make this happen because people are dying. And that's a little more important than my silly health care. Right? That's why I say I don't get into it. People, what you think about health care? What you think about, what is it, what's the thing called? Medicare for all. First of all, what I think on that doesn't matter. What matters is what everybody thinks on it. I come from a culture where you don't let people die. That's it. I don't believe in universal health care. That's just corporations and them making money. I don't believe in any of that crap. I don't believe in let people die. But the bottom line is, do you really want the health care if they're murdering kids for it? Do you? I don't. I'd rather die. I'd rather die with my cancer. I'd rather die without medical care for all. I would rather die without single payer and universal health care if it meant that children in another country were dying to give it to me. That's why it's all about oil. That's what Yemen's about. That's what Syria's about. That's what all of this is always about, money and power. And they get you to sell those people out so you can have something shiny on your side. You see what I'm saying? Like, is it really worth it to you? Do I have to pull up some pictures of children in Yemen? Do I? That healthcare doesn't taste as delicious, does it? No, and it shouldn't. That's why Assange is important. That's why Snowden is important. That's why whistleblowers are important. That's why if they go arrest that man, there should be a document explosion. Everybody should release everything they have. Everybody should say everything they know. Why? Because that's what we're supposed to do. Assange made Earth citizens, and that's huge. Assange is the greatest threat to endless war that the world has ever seen. He actually came out and reminded adults your kings are always lying to you. And what are we going to do with that? Are we going to take the diapers off and start using the toilet, or are we going to keep using diapers? That's what I think. I think that we always got to say what's true. I think if you work for those agencies, now is the time that you need to put them on notice. I think documents should come out. Every website should be WikiLeaks. Every First Amendment should be everywhere, because when they deny you, I'm against infringement in every way. I'm against infringing anything, because it's not your government's right. That's the one thing that actually got me to the spot where I was trying to decide if I would vote. I'm gonna vote, not vote, not vote. I went back and forth trying to figure it out. And one of the things that threw me over the edge when Sister Deb said, I'm not going to vote for a system that doesn't respect my rights. That hit home for me. That hit home for me. If you don't respect my rights, if you're murdering brothers like Julian Assange, and you're trying to put him in prison, he's trying to bring about world peace, he's trying to evolve us back to some sort of place where we didn't have digitally the ability to hide truthful things from adults so they can make good decisions, and if elections matter, and vote for the right person. If your system does that, you don't deserve anything from me. You don't deserve my time. You can't have no pee in hell. You can't have nothing from me. You want to keep me stupid. Why in the world would I vote for a system that wants to keep me stupid? Why? Somebody tell me. Any Obama people here? Somebody tell me. I know I'm hard on Obama. Like I said, I am, because his term is over. He went through it as a lying bastard and came out a lying bastard and still lying today. No, he didn't do what the people told him to do. He did what the banks told him to do. And it's not an anti-Obama thing. It's an that chair doesn't matter. Whoever's butt is in that chair obviously doesn't matter. Trump folks get a little mad at me too now. Like I said, I give everybody a chance, but he got in there and he's doing the same thing Obama did, which is Bush term with President 36. Doesn't matter. No, I don't think Trump is helping us. I think Trump is causing chaos. I'm good with the chaos among billionaires. Do I think he loves me? I think he's a billionaire and a businessman. I think he puts business first, and he puts maybe America second, third, fourth, fifth. I don't know where he puts it. I don't care. He's doing the same thing that other guy did. So when you go replace him and put somebody else in, it's a distraction. It's just a distraction. All you're doing is you are pushing out the time where us as adults, where we actually get to know what's true in our world so we can make good decisions. That's where I'm coming from. All right, I'm looking at comments. I did kind of want to talk about the news. Did I just get on here and start yelling? It's a long weekend. I just come over here and start yelling. So we are a caravan. We're a caravan heading through space. And then the Milky Way galaxy, we're joining another galaxy. We're going to caravan over with them. And I think hopefully there are no borders and we can caravan to that point. I posted a good crosstalk on my page. I got to change my name of my page. Somebody said I got to use my name. The millennials told me I got to use my name. I don't want to use my name. That just seems weird. I'm going to change the name of the page. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet. I might call it like Earth 2. I might call it Humans. I might call it Grow the Hell Up. I don't know what I'm going to call it. But it being my name, that's a little weird. Anyway, I posted a good crosstalk on that page. We're talking about how MI6 now is there. They don't want the Mueller investigation information coming out because apparently MI6 had more interest in modifying the American elections than Russia did, that there's data there. That was a good crosstalk. You should listen to it. Palestinian refugees in Lebanon are being denied visas for Hajj, right? Because Saudi Arabia actually is a Muslim government. No, they're not. They're just businessmen. They're just oil people making money. So, of course, they have no interest in Muslims or anyone making their Hajj, especially not from Palestine, right? So we're being played against each other. But it's not religious. It never is. None of this is about religion. Israel and Zionism and all of that had nothing to do with religion. It's just money. It's always been. It's just money and power, and they do that from keeping truth. What else was interesting I saw this morning? I don't want to show anything. Oh, the Iranians. Oh, I do want to show something. I got to show something from the Iranian brothers. Hold on. Brothers and sisters. I do got to show this. I got to show this. And this was important because it'll trigger you, right? When somebody ever says death to your country, it gets people upset, right? Like, let me clarify. I'm not a nationalist. I am not. I'm a localist. And a nation at times, the border area regional thing, I hate the word nations because they don't exist, but that whole region thing, I'm all about local. Like when we have local strength, local economy, local security, local food, then it percolates out. But it doesn't bother me when I hear death to America, because even this is where, what is this? Al Jazeera, this is even where they're controlled. So look at this, don't let it trigger you.
It's a phrase that has come to define decades of hostility between two countries. Death to America is a rallying call for Iranian leaders to bring demonstrators to the streets. It's a polarized statement, but many defend it as a minimum response for decades of harmful American policies in the Middle East.
All right, I'm not going to show the rest of you because you watched the rest of it. I want to go to the interviews of the people behind that. So something that he said was death to America came from the Iranian politicians. Why? Because the Iranians, I don't think, are stupid as some of us over here. They don't care nothing about America. They just don't want to be bombed and killed. But the leaders hand down, their lords and kings hand down these phrases and slogans and flags and get on the mic and get people grassroots, death to America, to get Americans over here, death to Iran, death to Iran. They play this pitting game. Like we were talking about last week. You're all pitted against each other. Fight with the pitters. Don't fight with who you're being pitted against. They control everything. But let's listen to some of the Iranian interviews. Let's hear what they have to say.
America, but opinions have been split.
Do they really want death to America?
Death to America, but opinions have been split. And in the wake of more sanctions, Iranians are again asking if that slogan accurately defines public opinion here. For many Iranians, it's time to abandon the politics of the past.
The slogan "Death to America" is wrong. We shouldn't want death for any country. When we want death for someone, they want the same for us.
Our officials say death to America, but some of their children now live and study there.
The slogan is not a good thing because it explicitly calls the other side to hostility.
Exactly.
I've never said it, and I never will. Not all people in Iran say it.
Anti-American demonstrations are often...
I think it's important to show that, because Americans need to see it. They get upset when they hear death to America. It's just the pitting game, and it's time that we stop pitting. Same problem I had with Democrats and Republicans. They're only suspicious of the other side, while their side gets away with murder. So in Iran, some people get played too. And they'll scream death to America because they're suspicious of the Americans. They're suspicious of the American government. They're not suspicious of the Iranian murderous bastard. Always be suspicious of your kings and lords. Why? Because you should not have kings and lords. You're an adult. You're an adult. Listen, that's why I should probably call this one. You're an adult. You don't need kings and lords. You don't need representatives. Good morning, everybody. I see people coming in. Let me see some comments here. The 4 horsemen of banking and oil. Yes, exactly, Adrian Cordilla. And that's what it's always about. And I think it's always just about niche markets. It's always about just making money. That's all I see. It's always about that. I don't believe in conspiracy theories. I think people need to do detective work because kings and lords always conspire. But at the end of the day, it's just a business plan. And if they can convince you that it's not a business plan, they can make a lot of money because they get you suspicious of somebody else and not the people that you're cheering for. Change it to I love Mark Zuckerberg. Hey, Sheepless, change it to I love Mark Zuckerberg. I'm not sure what that. Oh. You're right, exactly. Because social media is making out big time on this, aren't they? Social media is loving the division and the drama and the chaos. Oh, they make a lot of money from this. Same way the media did, which is why the media is going away and the mainstream media is becoming social media, which is why you got all the censorship, because they make a lot of money. They just make a lot of money from all of it. And that's why I always just see all these different organizations making money and people who get nothing ever, who fall for it. Death for neoliberalism, economic policies. You know, death to all economies. How about, can we say that, Linda? Let's say, I want to say that, death to all economies. I don't believe in economies. I don't think that you should be forced to do something to survive. I think if you're born and you don't want to do anything, you want to grow your own food and sit on your butt, I think you should. That's why I don't believe in the GDPs. It's all a scam. The price of everything should always come down. All right, I'm going to comments. I'm way behind in them. They're never going to give you the knowledge to overthrow them. That's why people are educated. Exactly, Amy. They're never going to give you what you need to know to break their business model down. The business model is all about making you stupid, giving you partial information so they can make a lot of money from the new land that you know nothing about. Fighting over oil prices, fighting over the oil tax, and not if we should be on some damn oil because they have other technologies they're not telling us about if the whistleblowers are telling us the truth. They always keep us fighting over the things that actually don't ever matter. Inflation whoppers, right, Carrie? Inflation shouldn't exist. That's my point. The more you make it, the better manufacturing gets, the lower the price should always go. GDP is your enemy. Anytime you see the GDP going up means your government's not working for you. That's what it means. It means that they're in bed with the big corporations to keep prices going up for artificial scarcity, planned obsolescence, to make a lot of money. A lot of the oil industry's value is based on they haven't even extracted. Oh, no, you know, you already said that. I'm way too high. Let me go down. I went all the way to the top. Oh, you know what I was looking at? I spent it 3 times. I went through it 3 times. It's been a while since I read it. Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars. I encourage you. They got the audio reading. Quiet Weapons. Is it Quiet Weapons for Silent Wars? Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars. I don't know. I forgot. It's same damn thing. But if you actually go through that document, because they say the document was left on an airplane from a CIA operative or something like that. I don't know anything about that. But I do know is what's in that document is all true. They talk about the distractions from today. They talk about the secret technologies. They talk about controlling populations. They talk about how the digital age allowed for the control of everybody, all markets, all economies, all prices, all purchases, all advertising funneled up into massive databases where it makes decisions for the economies. How do you keep people working? You keep them fighting over the GDP. They listed everything in there, all in a means to reduce the population and control people until they don't need people anymore. Great document. At some point in time, I'll do some analysis on it. We'll sit and we'll go through it. Big bank, little bank. Oh no, big bank take little bank. Exactly, Lee. And it is always some bankers. It's just business. It's just money. And the big banks got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And then they made central banking and Federal Reserve and bigger and bigger and bigger. And it all started from king's coffers. And it's always the same thing. It's just money. They're very interested in us. I think, in fact, they don't like us, just like ISIS. We're destroying their universe. Is that right, Melissa? I know. Y'all gonna push it to an alien conversation. I know. I think on Earth, right, if some people like, some nations like us and some don't, then I think in space probably some like us and some don't. I think that, but mostly I think we're insignificant, right? We're ant colonies. No one has any, you don't stop on your way to work and look at the ant colony and say, I want to bring you health care. I want to give you gasoline technology, ants. Come hither. We don't do that. We don't like to play God. We don't. Now we might do that to some of the uncontacted tribes, but I think they're just not interested. I think they're doing their thing, and every now and then they stop in, and they might pull a big brother, invent a Jesus, invent a Muhammad, throw somebody down on the planet or something. They might do that, but short of that, I don't think they're all that interested in us. I think we have to be interested in us. I'm not so interested if aliens are interested in us. I think we have to be more interested in us, and right now we're not. We're just interested in controlling each other. That's why I don't see the voters any different than the corrupt war criminals. Because at the end of the day, the war criminals, they just want to control each other. They just want to kill each other's nations, right? They just want power and money. And what do political parties want? Power and money and control over you. No different. Keep dipping in your pockets before pipelines are built. Exactly, Carrie. They keep everybody confused. They got pipelines to build. It's all just about oil. Don't fight with the flat earthers. That's what I'm saying, Ivana. Don't fight with nobody. The only people we're supposed to be fighting with are the people who get us to fight. Leave it all alone. That's why I don't like, you have to let people be them. If someone believes in flat earth, it's because their experience in life and the things they dealt with and everything they went through made it obvious that that has to be true. And their governments lied to them. The kings and law, and they came about that. Why would you want to fight with any of that? Don't you want them to know what's true? The only way they'll know what's true is we actually remove secrecy in government. So I'm good with that. I don't fight with anybody over that stuff. Money will fix it, fixes everything. That's the answer. That's what they always say, Susan. They ain't fixed nothing. Not yet. Not yet. Democrats, Republicans looted the country, destroyed the value of the dollar 98%. And they just keep throwing money at the problem. Not solving anything because they're not throwing money at the problem. They're making money with the problem. That's why every single piece of law and legislation about them making money with big corporations with the problem. They keep throwing the money and they keep throwing it. They keep throwing it. And they got somebody on the other end just catching it like that. The corporation, they high five and in between. Throw the money. The Democrats throw the money. Republicans throw the money at each other. Yeah, it's all your money. It's all your kids' future wealth wasted. Enemy is not your neighbors. No, Carrie, it's not. Your enemies are never your neighbors. They're a part of your community. We got a lot of people ignorant. Money and power, money and the power. That's all it is, Stacy. That's right. We got to get the flat earthers together with the Putin lovers and the damn Mexicans. Well, I don't say damn, man. How about, can't they just be Mexicans? Together with the UFOs. Exactly, Frag. When everybody comes together, we actually get to talk about truthful things. We get to make decisions as adults. Until then, we're children in a daycare being told half-truths. Bible says multiple times, states not to trust the laws of man. Exactly, Susan, but you read your Bible. Christians don't read their Bible. You read scripture. They don't read scripture. They just follow things. They're scared. They want a leader to follow. They get behind the leader and they follow. Right? And that's how these preachers and ministers can be for war, weapons funneling and raping little kids and priests and protecting in the Catholic Church, because the people aren't interested in the Bible. They're not interested in a God or some aliens came here posing as gods. Then what is that called? Cult? What is that called? Cult, something culture? Cargo culture. They're not interested if any of that's true. They're interested in you doing what they tell you to do and you paying your tithe. Money and power. Not every church, but most of them. Money and power. That's how it works. That's how my brain is set up. I come from a country with universal health care. It'll never happen in the US. It won't, and it shouldn't, Ivana. It shouldn't. I don't think universal health care should happen from a monetary or tax perspective. I think it should happen from a technology perspective. We have the technology to save lives. We should deploy that to save lives. At the end of the day. The other thing I like, if y'all want to keep this money thing, y'all want to keep this whole banking thing going, every country or every community should be printing its own money. Every community should have its own monetary system, right? When you make things big, they come corrupt. If everybody's printing their own little currency and coins and putting their faces on them or whatever they want to do, we don't have these problems. Technology gets cheaper every year. And so all the medical equipment every year should get cheaper. So healthcare should always get cheaper, but it doesn't. It gets more expensive. And the biggest part of the reason is because they're in bed with the medical companies, insurance companies, and make a lot of money against you, and they're pretending that they're fighting for you, and they're not. That's why the price goes up. Planned obsolescence, artificial scarcity. But the other part of the reason y'all don't stop eating that damn GMO and pesticides, and you won't eat organic, and you eat too much meat, and you're drinking cheese and eating all that milk, drinking from the boobies of a damn cow, right? You know, you're killing yourself. You're drinking soda and you're giving it to your kids, and sugar's a carcinogen. So of course healthcare is going up. You're eating at McDonald's and Burger King and can't try to figure out why you're on kidney dialysis. It all is related. It's all related. People say, well, that's DNA related. How do you think your DNA changes? Your DNA changes through epigenetics. If you eat like crap this generation, the next generation is going to start flipping switches through epigenetic transgenerational changes. So the next generation will have ailments they aren't supposed to have because you ate like crap. You're killing your grandkids and you're killing your kids. Same damn thing. You know, so I believe in don't let people die. I don't believe in universal corporations healthcare. I believe in don't let people die. It's that simple. We always did that. We did that before the kings and lords. We'll do it after if we grow up. Don't depend on authorities. No, that's it, Christine. Don't depend on authorities. Don't trust them for the health care. Don't trust them for the wars. Don't trust them for the aliens or the flat earth. Don't trust them to tell you the truth about Loch Ness. Don't trust them for any damn thing. Trust your neighbors. Help your neighbors. Plant some seeds. Grow something. Learn to work with your hands. I'm going to tell you. Learn. I'll give you a hint. I'm going to give you a hint how this always goes. Look at history. Learn to work with your hands. I'm trying to tell you. Just learn to work with them. Learn to work. Pick up a skill. Learn how to grow something. Learn how to build something. Learn how to fix something. If you work in an office chair, you work behind one of these digital screens tied in with all of this, quiet weapons for silent wars and deep state, CIA, MI6, Rothschild, banker, Zionist, whatever, this whole big digitally controlled world, you got some hard times coming. They don't have a vested interest in your future. Their future is with robot labor, automation labor, because robots don't whine and cry about holidays. They don't have babies that they need 3 months off for. They don't need paychecks. That's their future, and you're not in it. So if you are a big believer in developing all this technology and giving to political parties that are paid for by big corporations, ooh, learn a skill. That's all I'm saying. Learn a skill. Get to know your neighbors. You don't know your neighbors, you better know your neighbors. Take them apple pie. Make them some spaghetti. Bring them some lasagna. If you don't know them, you better get to know them. You're going to need them. Collapse always comes. That's just how the world works. Always how the world works. It's just how it goes. That's why your ancestors always had pantries. Bad times always come, and they come a hell of a lot faster when you got political parties and people who believe in them. That's why I believe more in aliens than political parties. That's what I was saying the other day. Because at least there's evidence of aliens. People seen aliens. Tell me somebody ever seen a politician do what they say they're supposed to do. A political party that doesn't work for corporations. They don't exist. There's more evidence, aliens and Bigfoot and Santa Claus. There's more evidence all that exists. Let me see. If the government wants to arrest a journalist violating the First Amendment rights, assume the journalist has been telling the truth. Exactly, Susan. You're a critical thinker. You're actually thinking about these things, right? When your enemy goes after a journalist, a truth teller, it means that was actually true. So Assange said the truth. You know, people say, well, he's controlled opposition gatekeeper. It could be. I don't care. He said what's true. I don't care if Noam Chomsky is. I don't care if any of these people are controlled opposition because they can't control. The only way they can control you is if you believe in their identity. That's it. The only way they control, the only way political parties, same way they control you. If you believe they're there for you. If you believe they can fly. If you believe, they got you. If you believe Noam Chomsky and everything he says, they got you. If you believe Trump and everything he says, they got you. If you believed Obama, they got you. You believe the Democrats, you always vote on your lines, they got you. If you believe, they got you. If you don't believe, if you're just an adult, if you're not childish and immature and you say, you know what, everybody lies. Everybody lies. Everybody makes something up. Everybody wants to rule the world. If you believe that and you just go along with the things he said are true, Julian Assange, and the things that he said aren't true, which I don't think, and nothing's been contested yet, right? He lies, but nothing WikiLeaks ever produced is contested yet. The most significant thing about Assange is he's saying you're an adult. You deserve to know what's true. And that's the most powerful thing that brother's message has come out. He's not a traitor. Your government's a traitor. Your government is the treasonous one. Your government's the one who's shoveling kids in prisons. Your government's the one who's murdering people. Your government's the one going up on oil prices. Your government's the one, if anyone's causing climate change, is them being in bed with corporations telling you that they're going to fight the corporations and help and defend you from climate change that they cause, right? Or they're making worse. I don't know if we actually cause anything in climate change. Like I said, I don't even debate with them. I just know the waters are always rising. Damn it, we should do something. We should put some house on some stilts, use some of this technology to save lives as opposed to take lives. That's what I believe in. That in common, everybody has everything in common. It doesn't matter whether you believe in climate change or not. Climate change believe in you. The climate always changes. It is always coming to kill you. There's always an asteroid that wants to take you out. You should believe in it. Doesn't matter if you believe in God. Eventually, I just say, hey, the smell is on the way right here. They're on the other dimension, humans in the future. I don't know. They're on their way right here to kill you. Take what you got, as if you got anything important. I don't know. All right. Anyway, people refer to live by default. They do not want to be free. Then they have to hold themselves accountable. Ooh, Stacy. Ooh, you just gonna hit them like that, girl? You gonna hit the intellect like that? Now you don't hold back. Y'all scared of freedom, and she's right. You don't want to make your own decision. Like a kid who doesn't want to drive a car. They're scared to drive the car. I don't know. I don't want to get on the highway. I'm a little scared of that. Got to step out of your little training diapers. You're supposed to be free. You're supposed to have liberty. It's not even about being an adult. It's about being a creature. Every creature has freedom, and you can't be scared of it. You got to step out. You got to be accountable. That's your job to the next generation. We need to be like Indian islanders, refusing brainwash with bow and arrow. I'm not sure. No one will try again. We do have to stand up, Yuli. I'm not sure we got to stand up with bow and arrow, but we definitely got to be like them. We at a certain point in time, if it comes to that, then that's what we got to do. That's how I kind of work. I'm all about peaceful solutions. We can fix all these problems if we stop fighting with each other. We stop fighting with somebody because they got a political party we don't like. They say we're going to stop Rape Act of 2018. You're supposed to say it's a good damn thing. Not look and see, are they a Democrat or Republican? No, it's a good damn thing. Well, they don't ever do it. That's not the point. That's not the point. Somebody in power actually said something that's important. They have a voice. Now it's your job to take it from them. Don't let Rand Paul keep it. Don't let Trump keep it. He wants to fix the mass incarceration. Don't let Obama keep it after he says we need transparency. You take it from him as a citizen. You say, you know what? That's right. I don't like his party. Maybe you don't like his skin. That's fine. Who cares? You take it as a people and you force it to happen because it's the right thing. Rape should not be happening. Violent crime should not be happening. It all comes from scarcity and poverty, lack of education. Endless war shouldn't be happening. None of these things should be happening. They keep happening because we keep buying in and over believing the kings and lords that always lie to us. That's why I think we're in good times, people. That's why I'm hopeful. I think we're in phenomenal times. We actually know what's going on. We can actually see. Oil was our death, if you were wondering why. Yes, or Jimmy, the only thing I'm going to say to that, Jimmy T, is oil was our death, and it is our death. It is our death. I mean, I think driving around gasoline-fueled cars is probably the most obvious thing that your government doesn't give a damn about you, your children, climate change, pollution, the fact that that's still a thing, and they've had solar panels over 70 years now, and energy's been free a long damn time, and hydropower and wind power and wave power. How many more powers are we gonna come up with before you realize the energy industry bought your government and they force your politicians to lie to you? That, Brother Jimmy, you're on it. I totally agree. Oil was our death. We died and we refused to come back alive. We refuse. We need that. What is that system where they put the probes on your chest? Clear. Boom. That's what we need. Americans. Boom. That's what we need. And that, Jimmy, but that's what's happening. That's what the Yellow Jacket protest is. That's what's happening. That's what the water's rising, climate change, explosions all over the world, all these big bombs being used. Clear. Boom. What a Democrat. Democrats. Clear. Boom. Republicans. Same damn thing. That's what we need. We need to wake the people the hell up. They're not asleep. They're dead. They're dead. They're zombies. Y'all see The Walking Dead? The zombies are talking now. Anyway, they weren't zombies. It was people pretending to be zombies. Hey, somebody came in late. Hey, Heaven. Oh, you late, girl. I'm almost out of here. All right. Let me see. We're in the flow now. We are in the flow. We're in the flow, and we need a document flow. We need everybody to start releasing all the information they have. We need to put the government on warning that you don't get to have secrets anymore. That day is come and gone. We now know that when you have a truth embargo on everything that's true, you control us, and we don't want to be controlled anymore. We are big adults now. We're going to stop using the potty. We're not going to use diapers. We're stepping up to the toilet. That's what that's what Richard Pryor called it. He called it the toilet. It was a toilet. We're going to step up to the toilet. We're done using your diapers. We need to know everything that's true. No governments can have any secrets anywhere ever. No corporations, simply because now you're playing with earth-ending technologies. I just picked off somebody's like, oh, we talking UFOs. No, I'm not talking UFOs. I'm talking, we need to know what's true. If we don't know what's true, we can't make good decisions. Mass mind control game. Yes, it is, Geo. It's mass mind control, and they are phenomenal at it. They've taken pretty much people I used to respect. I'm gonna use the word used to. Some people I used to respect watch my videos. Used to. Phenomenal minds, really smart people. And they just play them around like a little rag doll. They just play them around like a little puppet on a string. People who just, oh my goodness, one of them's damn nuclear engineer. Nuclear freaking engineer. I don't even know how nuclear work. I just know it blow people up and you die in radiation. You know how to do things on that level, damn rocket scientist, and you can't figure out you're being played by your political party? But that's not the problem, is it? That's probably not the problem, is it, Gio? That's not the problem. It's fear. They're very smart people. They're intellectuals, critical thinkers. I go back and forth on it. I don't think that our friends and family can't figure it out. I think maybe they're scared of it. I think it's what Stacy was saying a minute ago. They just have that fear. They're scared because it's more plausible, not that they're not intelligent and they don't understand. They're just too scared. They're too scared for some reason. But I think that's why spirituality is important. I think all scriptures are important. I think not fighting with the atheists is important. Atheists not fighting with the religious people. So I think that's all important. So to me, because we were talking about religion, to me, there's only one religion. There's only one. It's called what's true. That's the only religion. And so my problem with religion is dogma. And they block you into what can be true. Based on a certain time, a king altered some scriptures and put them in a book. Just like science does. They determine what can be true based on them needing to sell genetically modified foods, because that's where their money comes from, grants from chemical corporations. Right? They block it in. There's only one religion. There are people who want to know what's true, and they're willing to let what's true come through, and people who aren't. That's why I love ancient archaeology. And you look at the Sumerian tiles, right? Most of those ancient scriptures, the ones in the Torah and the Bible, they all came through, but they appeared on earlier clay tablets. That should tell you it's plagiarism. And you have to be a seeker for the truth enough. You have to study to show thyself approved, which is what one of the scriptures say, if you actually want to know what's true. But when they lock you into a certain understanding, they put up that truth embargo, then they keep you really stupid. All scriptures matter. All from the Mahabharata to the ancient scriptures from the Mayans and the Aztecs, not just the scriptures in one little corner of the world. I gotta show you something. I gotta show you something. Somebody put, y'all post. This is why I know they're gonna block memes. They're just gonna get rid of memes altogether. Memes ain't gonna exist in the future. Who that? Somebody subscribe? Thank you for subscribing. Somebody subscribed to me. I got a little pop-up. Thank you, whoever that was, sir. I appreciate that. All right, where is it at? Imagery and memes matter. Oh, they matter so much. My head is starting to think in memes now. I post so many daggone memes. I sit here, I think of stuff. How the hell do you fit something in 128 characters or whatever it is? You got to crunch down the truth in a whole paragraph and try to make sense in just one little tidbit, because people don't read. They don't read. They don't have time. They don't read and they don't have time. And that might be it too, Gio. It's just people are so busy. These professionals, they're so busy in life that they don't take the time to look at what's true. And they're scared. They're scared to see what's true and they don't look. I want to show you this picture if I can get down to it. Every time I do this stuff, my bandwidth dies. I don't know if it's the deep state or net neutrality, some little hacker in my thing. I wanted to show you, it was a deep picture from this weekend. I don't know if I get down to it. I'll read comments, see if I can get to it while I'm talking. GL direct energy weapons. Are they real? All right, that's a good one. Are direct energy, because everyone's saying California's direct energy weapons, right? And now you had the firefighter who came out and finally said that, nah, this doesn't look right. This is not looking right. I've been fighting fires for 20, 30 years. I posted that a few days ago. He said, nope, this isn't looking right. He didn't say dudes, he just said this ain't looking right. You got firefighters saying they seen blue lights and this ain't looking right. Now, so when you take that, is the first step, this is an exercise quiz. Your first step, say, nope, there's no way they'd use direct energy weapons on us. There is no way no government has ever used high technology on its people. There's no way that China dropped all kind of poison out of plane, no, Japan on China. That's never happened. The Tuskegee experiment's not real. There's no way a government would actually use high technology on its people to discover things. There's no they would test on us in the general public with vaccines or anything. What you do is you stop, breathe, and say, wow, that sounds crazy. The government shooting energy weapons at us? Number one, do they have energy weapons? Hell yeah, they do. Number two, have they ever experimented on us? Hell yeah, they have. Number three, would anyone make any money from burning up houses in California, taking land back in land grabs? And then you shut up. You say, wow, that's deep. Now, and you just pause. And you just wait till the professionals say something. Sit back and see if you have any whistleblowers that come out of the CIA. Sit back, see if you have any whistleblowers come out of the FBI. Sit back and see if you have any firefighters that come forward and say, I seen some blue lights and it didn't look right. That I seen a lot of wildfires and that's kind of crazy. And you don't have to jump in the conversation. It's just, and then you ask yourself the last question. Do the kings and the lords always lie to me? And after that, I think it should be simple. After that, it should be really simple. All right. Here we go. This is what I want to show you. Took me a minute to get down to it. How are we on time? I'm running out of time. I have to get out of here in a minute. But I want to show you this. Because religion is so important. It's so important. But you got to have a religion that's not written by kings. It's not altered by kings. It's dynamic. You need to have a faith in the truth, not a faith in the kings and the lords and the scriptures they found at that time. You need to have faith in what's true, not faith in what feels good. So look at this right here. I love this right here. Can you see it? This is every single action. Oh, you can't see the top of it. Let me go up a little bit. I don't know if that'll work. That worked. That didn't work. Every single action of God in the Bible. Somebody else subscribe. Thank you. God in the Bible, the Quran and the Torah took place inside that little circle. You see the little circle? Y'all see the circle? See the circle right there? That little circle right there. So all of our ancient text and wisdom that made up all the world's religions came from that little circle right there. You just see that little circle, big earth. Little circle, big earth. Now, I'm gonna say it one more time. It's not processing. Little circle, big earth. And the earth is flat too in this picture. It's flat earth. Don't be played. Don't be played. Your kings and your lords lied to you. Somebody went all over this damn planet and they deleted a lot of history and they deleted a lot of ancient texts and details because they wanted power and money and control. And it worked. All right. Bill Gates sells oil. That's the scary thing. Brother Jimmy, that should tell us right away you shouldn't be buying any damn oil. You should drive less and buy less. The less power they have, the more we can take them on. And don't vote for political parties and governments that work for them. Appreciate everybody sharing. I think this information is important. I think not fighting is important. And by the way, I have to cheat. I'll be honest with you. I look at who shares, by the way. I do. I look at who shares. You know, and when I see people sharing, I actually respect your comments a little more. I look at your comments a little more. I have to admit, I have to use some playing tactics on you. The people who share my posts a lot, not necessarily my posts, because some of my posts suck. But people who share these videos, I prioritize your comments. I do. And I make sure I read them because I know that you share. I know that you actually care, right? Like, I think it's about actions. It's not just about talking. It's about actions, right? Doing something. And if you're not willing to stop buying oil, if you already got your Christmas list lined up, all the small electronics from the slave labor that you're going to give to your kids who aren't slaves, if you've already got all that lined up, you can do one damn thing. One. You can hit the share button. Share. That's it right there. You hit the share button. I don't want to share because you talk about crazy stuff and I don't want my friends to see I watch your videos. Listen, this is what you do. This is why I said make friends. Make friends with people on here. The people who are posting these comments here that sound crazy to you and it sound like what I'm saying, make friends of them. Make friends of them. And guess what'll happen? When your mama, when your brother, your sister, somebody attacks you on your thread from something you share from us, you know what you do? You tag them. You don't have to fight that fight. If you're just kind of waking up to some of this, you actually don't have to worry. We got your back. We do. We like it. All you got to do is tag us and we see it. The people who talk about truthful things, oh, we'll handle it. You don't have to say nothing. You just step back. Just we'll handle it. Right? If you see me making a video and I'm talking about race doesn't exist and everybody who says there's African-American making it all up, everybody says there's Irish that picking and choosing selective in their history because they want to control you or they were born that way and indoctrinated, go ahead and tag me. Share the video. Don't worry about nobody says, I'll take care of it. I got them. I do my sellout thing. I love some sellouts. I do. I love people who make up things and live in fantasies because they want to control you. I got your back. Like I said, brother Chris Lewis here. Chris Lewis too. He got your back too. Share Chris's. If you don't follow Chris Lewis, you should follow him too. He got your back. You don't have to say nothing. All you got to do is share the video. That's all you got to do. Share the video. And just sit back. You're a racist. Why would you post something like that? This is the dude, he black. He didn't say it. Yeah, right. But he looked black, but he didn't say he don't black in Africa. I can't explain it, but just I'm gonna let him say. I'm just letting him say. Step out of it. Step out of it. I'm not in this fight. We'll handle it. I wouldn't be out here running my mouth if I didn't give a damn. I give a damn. I'll be there. I'll be there. Is that a song? That's a song. Was that the Jackson 5 or something? Somebody sung that. I'll be there. Now, I might not see it. You might have to send me a message to make sure I see it. Now, I get a lot of pop-ups. But I'll be there. But I do prioritize. Chris does too. He does too. And Ty does too. Everybody does. Everybody prioritize. If you're actually sharing their content, they know you're supporting what they're saying, and they're gonna make sure you get recognized. Anyway, all right. People say I'm funny. Yeah, listen. Listen. I'm not getting no money. I'm not gonna give you no, cause that would be helping the deep state if I gave you money for sharing my post. Plus, that's corrupt. It's a little corrupt that. I guess it's a little corrupt that I prioritize comments of people who share. It's a little corrupt. But it's a positive corrupt. It's corruption in the right direction. How about that? Corruption in the right direction. All right. Doing homemade this year. Great gift this time. Absolutely, Leanne Zink. Exactly. Christmas time. Give of you. Give of you. Right? Make something. Buy something local. Gifts. Give of you. Think about the present. Make sure it has meaning. Not it's on the center aisle in a big box. So give of you, not of poor Chinese kids who need to go to school. Give of you. Let those kids go back to school. You stop buying their crap. The kids can go to school and get an education. Then they won't grow up lacking education, wanting to murder you with all the money we send over there to buy weapons and bombs and guns. Give of you. Don't give of poor China kid. The give of you. Don't give of poor Latin American kids. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly it. Make something, write something down, give them some time. Listen, I come help you build your koi pond. I come help you in your garden. If you write a little letter, I'm going to help you cut down them damn trees. I've been saying I'm going to help you cut down them damn trees for years, and I never did it because I was busy. But now I'm going to give you my time. I love you, Brother Jethro. That's what you do for Christmas. That's how we go back to being human. All right. Just think how important it is to keep the aggregate of the West dependent on petro and remain in power. Obviously, all alternatives were all squashed for use by the aggregate of society. Exactly, age of criticism. And that's both parties. Both parties, all sides, all governments. Not just the West, it's everywhere. If you don't come on board the way they want you to, you don't come on board with the Rothschild Bank, you don't come on board and as a debt colony, they will murder you. I'm telling you right now, people like, they don't want to hear it. They age it like this. I'm gonna say this again. If third world nations don't come on board the way in my country, the Democrats and the Republicans want you to, where you are a colony that they derive power and retirement and money from, they will murder you. They will murder your entire country. They will funnel weapons so entire towns of women will be raped for you. Hashtag me too. Yes, the Democrats and Republicans, they are killers. They're not nice. They smile a lot, wear nice suits. They wear good cologne and perfume. You want to trust them. You can't. They're killers. You can't trust any killers. There's no halfway crooks. That's how the song goes. There's no part-time crooks. There's no part-time crooks. There's no part-time killers. There's no part-time rapers. There's no part-time war weapons funnelers. There's no times, they're not trying to help you with weapons in your country. No, they're not trying to help you with the violence in schools and shootings. No, they're not. There are no part-time psychopathic killers. None of them. And the few that are, they're not going to be allowed to say anything because we don't get behind them. They post something, they say something, it's Rand Paul. Hell no, I ain't get behind that. Hell no, it's Tulsi Gabbard. And I don't know. I don't want to go down that road because I don't know if Tulsi totally sold it. I didn't see the data. All I know is they said Tulsi take money from big weapons companies. That's all I know. All I know is they said Bernie takes money from big weapons companies. That's all I know. There's only like a handful of politicians that actually don't. And if your politician takes murder money, what are the odds your politician's not a murderer? I know, but it don't sound right. It don't sound right because it couldn't be. Bernie's a good man. Tulsi's a good man. Trump's a good man. All right. Is that the last statement your intellect's gonna make? Don't be played. All right. I got your back. We all got. Yes, brother Chris, I know you do, and I appreciate it. You watch my thread too. I watch yours too. Somebody act up, we're going to take care of it. That's what family does. That's if you give a damn, you got kids, you want to fix this planet before it all goes, hell yeah, we're going to step in. Yes, I was pondering the term reverse gentrification after this last fire. Ooh, good word. And already seeing the newest homeless created in the Bay Area. Reverse gentrification. But is that true, Jeannie? Does the government do that? Do they gentrify? That's a big word. Are you sure? Are you sure? Do you think government wants land? They wouldn't do that to us. They love us. Why would they want our land? Because they've been doing it since the beginning of freaking time. Land is power, water is life. But like I said, people, they get into their own little bigotries, birth bigotries. They just, but it's got to be true because I was born that way and everybody in my community believes it, so it has to be true. No, it's not true. We're all being played. All right. Okay, Gerard, I shared. Say my name, Robert. Leanne Zinke. Did I say it right? Zinke. Leanne Zinke, everybody. Everybody introduce the card. Everybody, Leanne shared. Leanne, everybody, Leanne. Hercules. All right, I'm sorry. All right, I can offer a view on the subject, brother Frag. All right, brother, hit me up. We ain't talked in a minute. Let's holler today. Yes, I made Christmas gifts. You did, Kimberly, because you're a human freaking being. You get how the world works and you want to get it better. Yes, you're acting like a government when you prioritize shares. I know, Rick. I know it's wrong, isn't it, Rick? I'm looking at your name. I'm like, Rick Fonson, Rick. I know. Sometimes you gotta, hey. I'm all about, you gotta use, if they're lying, you gotta say the truth. If they're hiding information, you need to reveal what they're hiding. And I'm all about peaceful solutions, but damn it, if they bring out their weapons, you gotta use those weapons. You gotta use quiet weapons for silent wars against them. I go to the gun range, I know what I'm doing for a reason. But I sit here and I love everybody all day long. Love, 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 love. But we got to get this stuff to go viral. We have to do more sharing. We got to bring more people in the community. A lot of people left. A lot of people left, Brother Rick. And so what I try to do, I try to look at this from like a strategy perspective. And I listen to why people who don't post on Facebook and they disappeared, and YouTube and other places, and they want to leave. And they want to do their own communities and make their own thing. And I'm all okay with what everybody wants to do. I'm not leaving because the people are here. Anywhere the people are who need to hear the truth, then I'm gonna be here. So I have to encourage people to look like they're crazy amongst their friends by sharing people saying things that are true, that don't fit in with their indoctrination. So yeah, I'm kind of acting like a little government. I kind of am. But Rick, I'm a government that wants Rick and the Rickies. Rick, you got any kids? Rick and Rickette and all of them, I want them to be safe and I want them to be free. We're probably not gonna be free in our generation, but I want them to be freer than we are. And the only way that's gonna happen is if we wake up more people and we introduce unpopular truth to more people. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said unity. Exactly. We have to unify. And we can't unify if we're still lying to each other. We can't unify if we're like prosecuting people because they don't fit in with our belief of how the world works. We can't unify, if we're judging people. Don't judge people. Listen, quantum physics said everything is true. All the woo-woo, all right? Quantum physics said everything is true. Anything's possible. May not fit in with quantum mechanics and where they are currently, but it means that if atoms respond and become quantumly entangled with you as a being by you observing them, everything's off the table. Everything. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. It means we are dumb. That's what quantum physics means. Because the quantum physicists, and they'll debate over it and they'll fight over what's true, what's not quantum. I don't get into that. Quantum physics basically said we dumb. That's what quantum physics means. You look at my definition of quantum physics, we don't know anything about how our world actually works. Save Julian Assange is the focus. Yes, Gio, because Julian Assange actually told us how to save the world. All right, let me get my last couple comments sound going. All right. Unity, absolutely. Jeannie, I'll check it out. Thank you, Deborah, for checking it out. That's how it works when people post stuff, and Jeannie's good with that. She'll post a whole bunch of stuff. And Deborah, too, you're on it. When you post a bunch of stuff, people look into it. Nobody knows at all. The only way we get to know a lot more is if iron sharpens iron. We got to work together. You've seen things I haven't seen, and I only get to know if you tell me. That's how this works. And that's how we make your friends look stupid on your feed. That's how we make the people who are like, well, Jethro's a lot smarter than I am, so that's why I won't post it on the feed, because I'm not sure how to respond. You don't have to respond, brother. You don't have to respond. Just tag us. We'll take care of it. Make friends with who was that down there? Make friends with Jeannie. Make friends with Deborah. If somebody looks nothing like you, they got on a funny hat, never seen that hat before, got a weird looking beard, look like somebody you're supposed to hate, that's the #1 person you should be making friends with, because you want to see what they know. You want to be introduced to their experience on this rock, this caravan of rocks through the solar system. Where's my solar system picture at? Somebody said I'd make your day. All right, I didn't know. I shoot. Y'all make my day. I don't think I make your day. Y'all make my day. Y'all make me. I say stuff like this a long time ago, man. It just sounded so crazy. I didn't have anybody who got it, who understood. They're just like, shut up. Now you got people who actually see. Where's that picture at? And they don't want this to happen. Where's home? Yeah. All right. No, I don't want that. I want to do that. You don't want this to be the future. If you don't want some palm trees growing out the side of some damn buildings, and I don't know where that at. If you don't want that to be the future, it's time to step up. It's time for you to be the upgrade. That's why I'm on YouTube. That's my name, is Be the Upgrade. You gotta be the upgrade. You gotta be the upgrade from the previous generation so that your kids don't have to fix what we failed to. That's why it's serious. I laugh a lot. That's why it's serious. It's not a joke. It's not a joke. We got one job and we failed. We suck. We are not an upgrade from the previous generation. We are a downgrade. We actually believe in our government. We believe in political parties and we trust the kings and the lords. And the kings and the lords ain't doing nothing but lining up to murder our kids. We need to go back to being the upgrade. All right. Thank you, Kimberly. I'm glad I make your day. You make my day, girl. We're not alone. We are not alone, Gio. We're not alone in our own little heads. We're not alone in the universe, and we're not alone between nations, and we're not alone in quantum physics because we're all connected. You're actually quantumly entangled with everybody that's on this feed right now. You are them. There is no me and you and all that. We're all just wave energy, and all the waves wave at each other. So wave! You see people just wave. We see people on the street, wave! You're supposed to wave. Because we're just wave energy. Use that energy. I come from every direction and I'm all over the place. Lots of laughter. I know you are, Jeannie. You scare me sometimes. But my focus is always on self-enabling. Yes, it is. Jeannie got links. I got Jeannie links. I'm so behind on my Jeannie links. She keeps sending all this. I can't keep up, Jeannie. I can't. The world going in. We all gonna die. Jeannie just keeps sending stuff. Nah, read this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch it. Oh, girl, you got too much time on your hands. I don't know how you do it. I know how I do it, but I don't know how you do it. For the last few years, me and my tribe have watched it up and moved to simple shared experiences, no gifts, no buying frenzy, and pressure. Just time and joy. Thank you, Giselle. Thank you for supporting poor kids in forced labor camps around the world, making our crap because we're lazy. But also thank you for bringing your family forward and evolving. You know, I'm trying to get my kids used to it too. Smaller and smaller Christmas, more and more local. Kids are harder to do, I get that, but my brothers and friends, books and local gifts and crafts, or I'll make them something. You know, it's just getting people used to it. They look at you like you're weird at first, like, what the hell? Why would you buy me a board game? Because the light's gonna go out before the world ends and everything collapses. The light's gonna go out. That's why I bought you a board game, so y'all have something to do. And they look at you like you, but eventually they'll do the same back to you. Brother Gerard, you speak the truth to all who thirst for truth. And that's it. Kevin, isn't that it? Isn't that it? It's not about speaking the truth to people who don't want to hear. It's about speaking the truth to people who have ears to hear. That's scripture. I know the scripture y'all hate. For those who have ears to hear. Not everybody has ears to hear. A lot of people are working on their retirement. We speak the truth for those who have ears to hear. And when we speak something that's false, you're supposed to trip us up and say that it's false so we can grow. We should have more vested interest in growing each other on truthful things and spreading that truth than being right, which is the exact opposite of what a political party is. They control the information because they want to be right. All right, anyway, I gotta go. What is today? Today is, I gotta get the day right. Today is not Friday. I don't know how y'all got it. Y'all got a Friday video out of me on Saturday. I want my video back. I didn't know what day it was. I had no idea. Anyway, but today is Monday. Monday, I'm pretty sure, Monday. Today's Slave Day, Monday. Happy Slavery Day. Y'all get your cotton bags, got there, get the picking. Your forced labor. We need to bring the GDP down. So pick a little less cotton today, pick a little less cotton tomorrow, pick a little less cotton in the next day. And that's how we fix things. When we destroy this GDP, then the people will be free. I gotta go. Love y'all. Bye-bye.